now going to shift a generation in voices. We will hear voices from all over the globe today, but it is increasingly important that we hear voices that cross the generational divide. The topic, the issues we're dealing with are truly global and they are intergenerational. And I'm going to introduce you to a young lady of teenage years, but with a voice way beyond that age. It would humble me to think how inadequately I would have been able to attempt to articulate what this young lady is going to do. This young lady hails from this county, in the western parts of this county. She is a motivational militancy secretary in the right way. She is an activist of 17 years of age. And it is my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Alicia O'Sullivan.
Benachtaí Dave Galéir, tá an sáiste a bheith an seo aniu, agus tá buach Dave an éisteach liom. My name is Alicia O'Sullivan, and I am a 17-year-old youth activist from Ireland. At the age of 17, most teenagers will worry about school, exams, relationships. But I am worried about something far greater, my future. And I'm not alone. With 1.6 million young people from over 123 countries scared. We are scared we will not have what you had. We cannot plan, we cannot focus, we cannot settle, we cannot be happy. But we can connect. The youth of this world are calling upon everyone, governments, scientists, media, policymakers, businesses, and the people to work together on this, because it is only ever going to work if it is a collaborative effort. While I understand we live in an economic structure, I strongly believe everyone in every sector needs to refocus their humanity. We have lost some of our core values. Let me tell you what really matters. People, love, culture, home. I live in West Cork, which is about an hour and a half away from here. In the town where I live, there has been planning permission granted for a 4,800 square kilometre thermoplastics factory. And I've recently joined the campaign in an attempt to stop this. Our fishermen here in Ireland, referenced by Minister Creed earlier on, have cleaned up 330 tonnes of marine waste of mainly plastics from our oceans since 2015 under BIM's Fishing for Litter scheme. They do this without any incentives or extra pay. They do this so they can protect their livelihoods, their industries for their future kids, and our ocean. We are talking about trying to reduce how fast the earth is heating, how much plastic we consume, and how much toxicness ends up in our ocean. And then we are going to build a new plastics factory. During the week, I also met another campaign from West Cork. In Bantry, a nearby town to me, there has been granting for a licence to mechanically extract 1,860 acres of kelp. Kelp absorbs 5 times more carbon than any land-based plant. We are trying to reduce and stop our carbon emissions, and then we are going to get rid of something that naturally does this for us. The people I have spoken to on both of these situations have asked me as a young person if I'm sad or angry or possibly both. I am deeply frustrated. I see millions of young people cover Twitter feeds, newspaper articles, and even get direct response from political leaders that action must and will be taken to fight climate change. And then I look at my town and I see this happening. This is not just about my town. This is the global issue we have at hand. See, everyone in this room has one thing in common. Our home is this earth. I don't want a plastics factory in my town or any other town. I don't want kelp extracted from Bantry Bay or any other bay. I don't want towns, cities, nations submerged, the whole towns being wiped out from storms, families suffering severely from droughts, lives lost. Our home does not deserve any of this. Since 1993, there has been a 3.3 millimetre change in sea level every year. 90% of the Earth's warming has occurred since 1950. 50% of all species could be lost by the end of this century. 8 million tonnes of plastic enters the sea each year. All of these are connected. Everything that is happening locally is why we have such a global issue at hand. And this is why we as a people need to connect and act together now. The Sustainable Development Goals have already told us what we need to do, and we need to fulfill our commitment to that. This is not about political status, economic structure, or money anymore. This is about the future of our world. This event has wonderfully brought 30 small island nations together from everywhere. We are a small island state, and we are here with you today. You are affected in a disproportionate way. We are going to fight climate change because climate change is now. In the past week, I have had the opportunity to learn so much more about climate change than I already knew. And the realities are truly terrifying. What has hit me greatly is the extent of a role that law plays in all of this. And I've wanted to pursue law since the age of 12, and well, now I do more than ever. The Climate Youth Strikers are a group of young people whose values have not yet been messed with. We see what must be done for our planet and to uphold our future on it. We see our leaders as people who have the power to act in the time that our planet needs saving. Laws, policies, and strategies all need to be severely refocused if we are going to tackle climate change, and you all have the power to do that. To quote the leader of the global youth strikes, Greta Thunberg, "I don't want your hope. I want you to panic and act as if the house was on fire, because it is." Thank you.